Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of fluent English. If you've ever felt like your English is a little robotic, a little too textbook, then this is the video for you. We're going to unlock the secrets to sounding more natural, more conversational, and way more like a native speaker. We're going to break down some seriously useful stuff today. Get ready to master phrasal verbs, sprinkle in some awesome idioms, and pick up some killer tips to boost your speaking confidence. Trust me, these are the golden nuggets that'll take your English to the next level. So grab your notebook, your favorite drink, and let's get started. All right, let's talk phrasal verbs. These are essential for sounding natural in English. These little guys are everywhere in English, especially in casual conversation. You might not even realize how often you use them. They're basically a verb paired up with a preposition or an adverb, and together they create a whole new meaning. This combination can completely change the context of the verb. Think of it like this. Pick means to choose, right? It's a simple action. But pick up can mean to grab something, to learn something quickly, or even to call someone on the phone. It's versatile and used in many different contexts. See how much more interesting it gets. Phrasal verbs add depth and variety to your language. Now, let's look at a few examples. These will help you understand how to use them in everyday situations. Pick up. Imagine you're going grocery shopping. You might need to pick up some essentials. You could say, I need to pick up some milk and bread. It's a common phrase you'll hear often. Another one is run into. This doesn't mean you're literally running into something. It's more about unexpected encounters. It means to meet someone unexpectedly, like when you bump into an old friend, like, guess who I ran into at the mall today? It's a great way to share surprising news. And finally, figure out. This means to solve a problem or understand something. It's often used when you've been working on something challenging. For example, I finally figured out how to use this new software. It's a moment of triumph and understanding. So practice these phrasal verbs and you'll see how they make your English sound more natural and fluent. Keep exploring and using them in your daily conversations. Now that you've got the hang of it, let's add a few more phrasal verbs to your vocabulary arsenal. Phrasal verbs are incredibly useful in everyday conversation and can make your English sound more natural and fluent. They often consist of a verb and a preposition or adverb, and their meanings can sometimes be quite different from the individual words themselves. So let's dive in and explore some new ones together. First up, we have breakdown. This phrasal verb is quite versatile and can be used in different contexts. One common meaning is to stop working, like my car broke down on the highway. This is often used when talking about machines or vehicles that suddenly stop functioning, but it can also mean to explain something in simpler terms, like can you break down this math problem for me? This usage is helpful when you need to make complex information more understandable. Next, we have carry on. This phrasal verb is all about perseverance and continuing despite challenges. This means to continue doing something. It's often used to encourage someone to keep going, even when things get tough. For example, despite the rain, they carried on with the football match. This shows determination and resilience in the face of adversity. And lastly, we have hold on. This one's pretty straightforward, but very useful in daily conversations. It means to wait for a short time. You might use it when you need someone to pause for a moment, like, hold on a second, I need to answer this call. It's a polite way to ask for a brief pause in the conversation. See, phrasal verbs aren't so scary once you get to know them. They can add a lot of color and nuance to your language. The key is to practice using them in sentences. The more you use them, the more natural they will become. So why not try making a few of your own with these new phrasal verbs? Write down some sentences and see how they fit into your everyday conversations. Write them down in the comments below, share your sentences, and let's learn from each other. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in using phrasal verbs. Now let's move on to idioms. Idioms are fascinating expressions that can make your language more vibrant and engaging. They often carry meanings that go beyond the literal interpretation of the words, adding a layer of depth and creativity to your communication. Idioms are phrases with figurative meanings that are different from the literal meanings of the individual words. They are a crucial part of everyday language and can be found in all forms of communication, from casual conversations to formal speeches. Understanding and using idioms can help you connect better with native speakers and enhance your fluency. They add color and personality to your English, making you sound much more expressive. Imagine being able to convey complex ideas and emotions with just a few words. That's the power of idioms. They can make your speech more dynamic and interesting, capturing the listener's attention and making your message more memorable. First on our list is piece of cake. This idiom is often used to describe tasks or activities that are very easy to accomplish. It's a fun and playful way to express simplicity and ease. This doesn't mean a literal piece of cake, but rather something that's very easy to do. For instance, if you find a task particularly simple, you might say, "That was a piece of cake." It's a great way to convey confidence and ease in handling a situation. For example, "That exam was a piece of cake." This idiom can be used in various contexts, whether you're talking about a test, a project, or even a daily chore. It emphasizes how effortlessly you were able to complete the task. Next up, we have break the ice. This idiom is perfect for social situations where you want to initiate conversation and make people feel more comfortable. It's all about easing the tension and creating a friendly atmosphere. This idiom means to start a conversation or make people feel more comfortable in a social situation. It's often used when meeting new people or entering a room where everyone seems a bit reserved. Breaking the ice can lead to more engaging and enjoyable interactions, like telling a joke is a great way to break the ice at a party. Humor is a universal language that can bring people together and create a sense of camaraderie. So the next time you're at a social event, try breaking the ice with a light-hearted joke or a fun fact. Hit the nail on the head is another great one. This idiom is used when someone says something that is exactly right or accurate. It's about pinpointing the truth or getting to the heart of the matter with precision. This means to say something that is exactly right or accurate. It's often used in discussions or debates when someone makes a particularly insightful or correct statement. Hitting the nail on the head can earn you respect and recognition for your keen understanding. For instance, you hit the nail on the head when you said that time management is key to success. This idiom can be applied in various scenarios, from business meetings to casual conversations, whenever someone makes a spot-on observation. Let the cat out of the bag means to accidentally reveal a secret. This idiom is often used when someone unintentionally discloses information that was meant to be kept confidential. For example, "Don't let the cat out of the bag, but we're planning a surprise party for Sarah." It's a playful way to remind someone to keep a secret and not spoil the surprise. And finally, "once in a blue moon" is used to describe something that happens very rarely. This idiom is perfect for emphasizing the rarity of an event or occurrence, like "I only eat fast food once in a blue moon." It's a great way to highlight how infrequently you do something, making it clear that it's a special or unusual event. So there you have it. A few idioms to spice up your English and make your conversations more engaging. Try using these idioms in your daily life and see how they can add a touch of flair to your language. Happy learning! Chapter 4. Go plus Gerund, your ticket to talking about activities. Now let's talk about a specific grammar structure that often trips up English learners: go plus gerund. This structure is super common when we're talking about physical activities. The gerund is just a fancy word for a verb ending in ing, making it act like a noun. So instead of saying "I go for a run," you can say "I go running." It sounds much more natural and fluent. You can use this structure with tons of activities like swimming, hiking, shopping, dancing, and so much more. For example, instead of saying "I go to do yoga every morning," you can say "I go yoga every morning." Or instead of saying "we went to do some shopping," you could say "we went shopping." See how much smoother that sounds? Chapter 5. Level up your listening, pronunciation, and speaking. Now let's talk about some essential skills that'll boost your overall fluency, listening, pronunciation, and speaking. First up, listening. The more you listen to native speakers, the better you will understand the rhythm, intonation, and natural flow of English. Podcasts and music are your best friends here. Next, pronunciation. Don't be afraid to really focus on the sounds of English. Pay attention to word stress and intonation. Record yourself speaking and compare it to native speakers. And finally, the big one, speaking. The more you speak, the more confident and fluent you'll become. Find a language partner, join a conversation group, or even just talk to yourself in the mirror. Chapter 6. Keep practicing and watch your fluency. saw. All right, let's recap what we've covered today. We tackled phrasal verbs, those tricky little verbs that add so much nuance to your English. We spiced things up with some awesome idioms, and we even mastered the go plus gerund structure for talking about activities. Remember, the key to fluency is practice, practice, practice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn and improve. In our next video, we're going to dive even deeper into the world of fluent English. We'll be exploring more advanced grammar structures, tackling tricky pronunciation challenges, and giving you even more tools to express yourself confidently in English. So guys, I hope you got a lot out of this lesson and that you're feeling motivated to start using these tips in your English right away. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time. The more you practice, the more natural and effortless your English will become. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next lesson in this series. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.